Hey everyone, and welcome to Ready, Set, Glow, a podcast where I interview entrepreneurs, brands, and idealists. It's the story and the people behind it all. Discover what it took to get started, lessons learned along the way, and the advice they have for you starting out on your own journey. So join me and my guests as we talk about all things business, beauty, and brands. I'm your host, Mary Harcourt of Cosmo Glow, as we discover the stories behind the brands. Today I have Haley and Zach from Bella Lash. Bella Lash has continued to bring innovation to the lash industry, and today's episode is no different. And what exactly is innovation? I think Zach explained it best. Innovation is making something better. It helps our industry grow. It makes something more valuable to our customers or to our customers' customers. And I'll add to that, innovation makes something make more sense than how it was done before. Bella Lash has over 20 patents filed. They have active distribution in 60 countries. Let's go back to the beginning. Where did this all start for them 12 years ago? Zach and Haley were in college, putting themselves through school. Haley decided to pick up a pair of tweezers and earn extra money doing lashes. And the rest is history. Their naturally curious minds joined forces and thought of ways to improve the current lash products on the market. These two entrepreneurs worked together to improve products, and a brand was born. Little did they know it would become the household name that it is today.
From one inventor to another, I'm so honored to have Haley and Zach with us from Bella Lash. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Well, first off, congratulations for being in 60 countries. That is such an accomplishment for a brand. I know you have a whole long story of how you guys got started, and we'll dive into that throughout the episode. But congratulations. It's a huge achievement.
Thanks
you so much.
It sounds great when you say it like that.
I'm just your own personal cheerleader. I'm over here like, you guys are awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes it's like you're in the middle of it and you're like, what are we even doing?
Well, I mean, there's 212 countries, right? So you still have growing room.
Yeah, there's still room to grow.
Still room to grow.
Yep.
When I had my salon in LA, in Hermosa Beach, we carried your products, and I thought they were always just so good. The quality was great. The packaging's adorable. I love the rose gold. And it was really good for my clients as well because the price point was perfect. It wasn't so expensive that they were hesitant on buying it, but it was also really a good margin for us as stylists to earn an extra income through retail. So I knew you guys from years ago, but it's so cool to have you here today, kind of face to face, virtually on a podcast to talk about the start of Bella Lash.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to talk to you too. I know your company, I know your product, and I'm hearing nothing but great stuff about where you guys are going. So I'm stoked for you too.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited. It's every day is a new adventure. But yeah, it's super fun. Who even knew 2 years ago that this would be the career that I am now shifted to, and that we have this amazing product, and it's changing how people do lashes and giving everyone prettier lashes because they have better lighting to work with. But it's been so rewarding and so cool to watch it grow. And on this entrepreneur journey, it's been so great to connect with other people because I feel like not everyone talks about the back end story of what it really took or the painful lessons or, the mistakes that were made. Everyone tries to put on this pretty little Instagram image of hear me, see me, I'm a beauty boss and I make no mistakes. And that's not the case. No. And it's nice to normalize the fact that the entrepreneur journey is just that. It's a journey full of lots of ups and downs. And then talk about what they were, how we accomplished them, how we grew from them, how it gave us grit. And now we're so confident and prideful on having to go through those mistakes. But I always love connecting with other brands based on just what it was like, what it took.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think we kind of had one of those moments this morning where it's holy shit, we finally did something.
Yeah. But it's lonely too.
It's lonely.
It is lonely.
So it is good to talk to other brands and other owners. It helps a lot. Make it less lonely.
You guys, we talked about being in 60 countries. That's great. You have tons of products. You patented 20 of them, which sounds so expensive, but also a great achievement as well. Did you ever think in the early days when you were lashing through college that Bella Lash would be what it is today?
No.
No way.
No.
We would every month when we'd look at our sales reports, we would just be I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
We started with I don't know if it was you or I that said it, but I distinctly remember it being said, wouldn't it be great if we could just make an extra $800 a month?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I used to think if I could sell 4 lights a week, 4 lights a week, I would have made it. And it's like, didn't dream big enough on that one.
Yeah. There was one day, because during college, like I was detailing airplanes and boats. I had my own little detailing business, and there was one day I was detailing a boat, and I was making like $300 detailing the boat, which was great. And then I was like watching every time I got an order, I would get an email and I would be looking at it, and like I was like, holy crap, we've done like $450 today online. And like, this is insane. Like, I've never seen this. Like, we made over $700 today. Like, I've never heard of anything like that. Like, that was nuts. And I remember calling Haley. I was so stoked. It was like,
yeah, he was like, I just made more money than I was detailing the boat. He was so excited.
I mean, but isn't that so exciting? Like, it's a really cool feeling when things start to work, where it's like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's working. It's happening, you know?
It's euphoric. It's amazing. Getting to that point is the hard part. Like, getting to that point it's really hard to describe, because it's one part like, am I crazy? Like, is this going to work? You're afraid. Your confidence isn't there. It's like, you have this vision, you have a dream that you think it could work, but you really have no clue if it's going to work. And it's just, that's the hard part. That's the part that's like, that I think takes more perseverance than what I think most people imagine.
I agree. And I think that's kind of what defines entrepreneurship is nobody has a clue how to do it. We're all like trying to navigate through this journey. And the other part is, for some reason, we just want to do it, and we will. And it is a little bit of half crazy and a little bit of half being bold and just taking a risk. And I think you say it's sometimes lonely. The lonely thing is not a whole lot of people talk about it, but it is scary, and it is a lonely journey because you don't know the next move. Like, you don't have the answers. The answers don't exist. That's why you're trying to
everybody's
figure them
looking
out.
to you for that answer.
Exactly. And there's pressure on you because people are wanting the next answer and what's the next move. And half the time you're like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out for myself, but
sure.
You know, going to be brave, and we're going to get to it. And all of a sudden you're there and look back and go, holy, somehow we did it. We're here. And then the journey just continues, and you move those milestones and you move those celebration points, and they just get bigger, and it's a cool feeling. But it definitely, I think starting a business is terrifying.
Yeah. Yep. It's definitely a different breed. Entrepreneurs are very different than a lot of other people. Like, it's just not necessarily that they're better. It's just that it's just very different, very risk adverse. I think like a lot of people look at our business ventures and what we do as like being really risky. And to me, I don't see the risk. I'm like, yeah, but we'll get it to work. Like, they're like, well, what if it doesn't like do this or that? I'm like, then we'll figure it out. Like, I don't know. Like, we're going for it, full send. But
yeah, of course. I mean, we'll figure it out is pretty much how 95% of the people get going.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
So what was the first product that you guys launched as Bella Lash?
Our first product was our Bella Lash tile. And how we created it was, Zach was in engineering school and I was in nursing school at BYU. And I did lashes to get through nursing school, and he had an engineering project he had to do. So he's like, what can I help you create while you do lashes to make it easier for you and faster for this project? And so he like ended up putting the lashes like on a spoon, a curved spoon, the curved part. And he's like, are these easier to grab? Like, if I curve them out, it spreads out the tips. Like, are these easier to grab? And I was like, yeah, like that's way easier. And so we made the curved tile, and that was like our first patent, and that was our first product. And that was like the beginning of Bella Lash.
Yeah.
I love that. And it is so true. I know the first time I saw your lash tiles, I was like, well, that just makes more sense. and they did.
Yeah.
That's great. And then so lash tiles, did you move into lashes next, or tweezers? Like, what was the next one?
Yeah. I mean, after we made the tile, we created like a full line to sell all the products.
But we weren't really like creating the line at the beginning. Like, it was a lot of the stuff we were buying was just overseas, and then we'd stick a sticker on top, and like we would sell that. And at that time, that was the standard. That was like what everybody else was doing. So like we look back today, and this is another thing like about entrepreneurs is like, I look back at some of the first products that we sold, and I'm like, holy crap, who would buy that?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have bought that.
Yeah.
But at the time that was fine. It was good. People liked it. And then from there, we kind of just started pushing the boundaries and using the engineering and the relationship between a lash artist and an engineer to say, okay, here's what we have, but how can we make it better? And then we started going to our suppliers and saying, I need you to change this, 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 and this, and I want you to make it this way. And here's the designs for this product. Like, can you do the tooling on this and the molds and stuff? And so that's kind of what made Bella Lash at that time. It was a lot of like pushing the boundaries and being the first to do a lot of different things with the products. Like I think we were one of, if not the very first to even have a lash cleanser. That's how far back we go.
Impressive. I mean, I love that you guys are truly innovators and that you are finding solutions versus it is still standard practice in the beauty industry to buy something overseas, slap your sticker on it and say you have a brand. And not necessarily anything wrong with that, but I do love that you guys dive deep into creating your own products that are truly yours and also very helpful that make lash artists' job easier.
Yeah. That's what people notice when they do use Bella Lash. They're like, wow, it feels different. It is different. It's not what everyone's doing. We don't buy stuff overseas anymore and stick a sticker on it. Like we truly innovate every single aspect of the product. And so you can feel the difference. And that's a big thing with Bella Lash.
We were with, we're selling a really cool new product to a big national chain of lash salons, and we were at their headquarters last week, and we have one of our products is just like a lash cleansing wipe, but it's on like this like little round foam thing, and they want it, but they don't want to pay us for it because it's too expensive. And
they tried to replicate it.
So they tried to replicate it. She's like, we're just going to order these. I was like, no, you're not. And she's like, why not? I was like, because those suck. And they're like, no, they're fine. I'm like, no, they're not. Like, there's some solvent. I don't know what your ingredient deck is, but like, there's some solvent in your solution that is eating away the foam. The foam is expanding.
Whoa.
Like, look at this. Tear your foam apart. See how like swollen it was and how easy it tears apart. Now look at mine. And they did that and they're like, ah, crap. And I'm like, can we do this for like a 4% royalty? And I'm like, I don't really get out of bed for 4%, so no.
Yeah, but it's just, we do it a little different. And I think that's like why I love that. What we always say is here is like, don't look around, look up. Like it's huge for us to not look around at what competition is doing. And I actually just don't even feel threatened about all the competition that's out there because it's impossible to copy Bella Lash. You can't.
I love that.
Yeah, you just can't copy it. So it's fine. Like I support you. Go ahead, start like a lash company. Like it's great because I'm very confident in where our company is right now, and it's very hard to copy because of all the engineering that's gone into each product.
So you see other people competing, and I love the quote of look up, don't look around, because if you're trying to just be the person next to you, they're going to always be ahead of you. You got to do what's true and genuine to you, what you're feeling for your brand and what your values are. And then you become somebody genuine that other people, they want to be a part of that brand. And the only way to do that is to truly like look up, figure out what's good for you, and not copy other people.
Well,
don't try and
like,
be someone else.
Look at what you did. Like your light is so unique and so different than anything else that's out there, and you didn't get to that. I mean, sure, I'm sure that you looked at some of your competition stuff as you're designing yours, but like at the same time, you asked yourself, like, what can I do that's better, and how do I truly make this mine? And you've done that, and people are rewarding you for that.
Yeah.
They like that.
That's where the little bit of crazy in your entrepreneurship comes from, because I call it like cannonballing into a world of unknown. Had I known what it really truly takes, I think I would have been too scared to start. I just had no clue what it took and was like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. If I can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, so can everyone else. And that's what I love being a voice for in the industry is we all have these beautiful ideas in our head. And if we can get them out and act on them and get them into customers' hands, imagine how much better our beauty industry could be. It would be so innovative to have all of these different supplies and lash products working for us instead of just doing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. I don't like you asked like how we feel about like competition and stuff. Like my feeling is like I love competition that's truly here to compete. Like we can push each other and we can like make the industry better. The competition that I don't like is the one that brings nothing to the table. The ones that just come in and just say like, here's the same crap product that everybody else is buying from China, but now look at my sticker. And there's nothing unique or better about that product that brings any value to the industry. That's where I kind of start to get some heartburn, because it's like, we have a full engineering team. We have a full like shop. Like, we're sitting here spending a ton of money trying to like make these products better. Don't just like, you know, if you're going to come to the table, let's play, you know?
Absolutely. I fully agree. I think it's interesting to watch how it happens sometimes. And sometimes they steal your exact story and your exact words off the website and their exact, I've even seen people knock off the similar packaging where it's like, come on guys, like be a little original.
We had a company copy and paste our mission statement once.
Yes.
And it was
spelling
like,
error and all.
Our mission
there was one
statement.
spelling
It's
error.
like embarrassing.
Yes. It was just like, okay. So you'll get that a lot when you're innovating, but
Yeah.
I think it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Half of it's comical. Half of it's like a little splinter in your nail where it's like, oh, come on. We had somebody copy our website to the point that it even got down to made in the USA, but their products weren't made in the USA. And then it was just like laughing where you clearly had someone make a website and go use our website as a template to their website, and the web guy copied everything. And then you had to go through and edit the things that weren't true for you. It's just, sometimes it's funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's annoying. It's just part of the game. You know, you have a good product when other people are trying to copy it.
Yeah. And the things you do as an entrepreneur, like you do get really creative, and sometimes like that shouldn't be done. But a lot of people cross that line of like, yeah, I'm just going to copy what they did.
Yeah. No originality in it.
Yeah. For sure.
So talking about liquids, where you had this product and then someone else tried to copy it, but it wasn't nearly the same quality. When you guys first got started, you had taken some type of liquid to like a chemist, and he had originally said like, oh my God, what are you using that for? That can't be around someone's eye area, which then led you guys down this rabbit hole of like, okay, we want to make really high quality products that are safe.
Yeah.
How did that whole process go?
so it was a coating, like a sealant. And
okay.
The sealer. We sent the sealer that we had been using, and we had just been putting a sticker on it from China. This was early when we first started. We sent it to a formulator here in the United States, and he like broke it down in all the ingredients. And he's like, are you putting this on someone's eye? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, stop using that. You can't do that.
He even said, he's like, where the hell did you even buy this?
Yeah.
Like, these ingredients are illegal. And it's like,
whoa, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So super early on, we're like, okay, we've got to start formulating everything here in the United States where we know where all the ingredients are in it and that they're safe for the eye. This is like where my nursing background kind of comes in, where I just make sure everything is safe for someone's eye. So
yeah, and the adhesives are a big one right now. And I think that if you were to actually lab test all of the adhesives on the market, I think that probably 75% of it would be tagged with illegal ingredients.
Whoa.
The carbon black that gets put into solution, everyone says it's the carbon black. It's the carbon black. It's not the carbon black. We don't need carbon black in the adhesives, but we like them to be black. And so the carbon black doesn't want to go into solution with the adhesive. So what they do is they take the carbon black and they add a solvent to it. And the easiest and best one to do it with is called toluene. And then they put that mixture into the solution, and it'll go in just fine, and it won't precipitate. But that toluene and a lot of the other harsh solvents that you have to use to get it into solution, a lot of those are banned and they're not healthy. They don't belong anywhere near your face. So a lot of the people that are just buying off of Alibaba or whatever, they're getting that ingredient, but the manufacturers have learned that customs won't let it through with that ingredient. So they just simply delete it off the Inky and send it anyways.
I mean, I feel like there needs to be so much more coverage on the truth of this.
Yeah.
And that's why lash allergies are so real in the lash industry. I mean, we've all experienced a client that was perfectly fine for years, and then all of a sudden, boom. And it's so sad. I mean, it happened to our salon. We ended up switching adhesives, which helped the product or helped the clients. But it was kind of like, I feel awful as a business owner knowing that person most likely can't wear lashes the rest of their life. And it wasn't like we had malicious intention.
No,
I wasn't using anything. I thought it was using the best of the best. I always buy from great products, and it wasn't yours. But, you never really know. And these people are getting things from different countries, slapping a sticker on it. And at the end of the day, like, it's your client that's suffering.
In a smart way. If you're buying from
Ethically.
the bigger companies, you're not going to run into these issues. I think where you do run into the issue is, when these companies that do slap the stickers on, and you can tell immediately when you get the product, if it is custom made, and if it is from, the bigger companies, none of them are doing this. So I think at the end of the day,
we would have fallout. Like, there's repercussions. But if I'm just somebody that's just selling them on Etsy, or if I'm somebody that's just starting a brand and I don't know any better or whatever, there's really nothing to lose for those people.
Yeah, it's always interesting too. I found this in the lash world that you can almost sniff out the people that just want to make money, where they're like, hey, if I buy and sell these lashes, I can make money doing this, and someone will buy them and you'll make a little bit of profit. But then there's also companies like yours and others that they want to change the industry and make quality products and have them be the standard for how we do practices. And I always gravitated towards those because their values are correct. They want to do good. They're really adding the research in. They're doing the background search to see what goes into the products, where they're being sourced from, where they're coming from. And then you have the other ones where it's like, hey, I bought this for this price, slap a sticker on it, I'm selling it to you because I want to make money from you. And I always found that there's a choice you have of you can sniff out, do you want to be with a real company and a real brand, or do you just want to buy these randoms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting industry that we're in. I don't know of any others that are so easy to get into and yet so complex with the number of SKUs and the products, and there's such a range of quality.
Agreed. I mean, it is crazy. There is so many different SKUs and different sizes and different things, but in a weird way, it's also very unregulated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The laws have completely skipped eyelashes. I mean, essentially, we technically fall under aesthetics and cosmetology, but it's not required to be taught in school, but it is required to be licensed. And it's we're kind of just lost in between that.
Totally. Zach, did you ever think that you would know so much about eyelash extensions when you were a little boy growing up?
No, you talk about how scary it was and how different. You never thought that you'd be doing this. I'm supposed to be an engineer. I'm supposed to be working on manly stuff. A lot of my friends from college are working for Lockheed Martin and Boeing and Ford and Cummins diesels, and I'm just selling eyelashes.
Okay, but on the flip side, isn't it every guy's dream to work around all women? You're around women all the time. It's kind of like your engineer buddies are all around dudes all day.
I do enjoy working with my wife, and me and my engineers do have a lot of fun. We have a lot of randomness in our day, and so I always did want to have my own business. So for that, I'm super grateful. I just didn't know it was going to be eyelashes.
Yeah.
Totally. Bella Lashes got started. You were putting yourself through school, decided to pick up a pair of tweezers. Did you kind of fall into it as a business, or were you okay, we're going to do this and develop all of our own products and all of our own, we'll have our own product line? Or was it just kind of well, there's nothing out on the market like it. Let's try and make it. And then all of a sudden it's well, we have to sell this to others and share it with other people. And now we have a company and a brand.
When we first started Bella Lash, it was definitely with the intention of creating a brand. We saw a ton of holes immediately. So I learned how to do them 12 years ago. And back then there wasn't any regulation. Not a lot of people knew about them. And so they were just a brand new thing in the beauty industry. And I was obsessed immediately when I got them done. I was I've never seen a bigger transition in my look so fast ever. It was,
well, especially being blonde. I think sometimes your lashes naturally are so light that putting extensions on them, you've never seen yourself the way you do with extensions, and it's addicting. It's wow, I don't ever want to not have these.
Yeah, so I got them done and loved them, and so I learned how to do them. And my training was a really bad experience. I mean, I learned how to do them, but I just felt way uncomfortable doing them every time. I was sweating, freaking out, and I was I can go poke someone with a needle and I feel fine, but give them medicine at the hospital. It's fine. But like, I'm freaking out picking up a pair of tweezers and doing someone's eyelashes. Like, I felt like there was a ton of holes in my education. So that was like a huge thing that we saw, that there was a hole in the industry. And so we created the first ever like manual book that's like how to do eyelash extensions. And then with the products Zach created, the lash tile, and then we just were like, there's got to be more in this industry. So we just saw a ton of holes, and we're like, we got to get into this and start something.
It was like, if we could make $800 a month, help us get through college, was the original mentality. And then by the time we graduated, we were making more than like what we would have made as like
really, a nurse, like, and engineer,
long-term professionals in our industries. And it was like, well, I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used Grasshopper for the phones. And so when you called Bella Lash's number, it's the same number it is now. It would.
I made the voice recording, and it was like, for customer service, press 1. For shipping, press 2, or whatever. And so everything went to Zach's customer service.
No matter what number
shipping.
you pushed meant that I was going to be running out of the lecture hall and running into the halls of the university, being like, Bella Lash, this is Zach. How can I help you? It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, fake it till make it.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to start somewhere.
You do.
If you don't get started, you're never going to go anywhere.
You really do have to. And yeah, fortune favors the bold, the people that are willing to try it and to make it happen. But there are some funny experiences. We learned quickly that I am not the one for customer service.
I can't touch customer service. I have an amazing customer service team, and I'm so thankful and grateful for them, because it is not for me.
Oh yeah, you take it too personal if you're the owner. You gotta let someone else handle that.
Yep. We never did end up doing it, but we always talked about keeping like a Hall of Fame customer service experiences, because like there are some real winners. It was like, we had one woman who was like, she said, hey, I got my package. It looks great. This was like right after like a big holiday weekend. It might have even been like Black Friday, but it's like she's like, I got them, but I'm missing like half the order. And we're like, oh, can we get your order number? And like, it was one of those crazy like weekends where like we had been there all weekend long packing and shipping orders. And when you print the label, it says it's shipped. Long story short, her package was like sitting right there by us, unopened, unshipped.
Oh.
And she's like totally lying her face off. And we're just like, I don't know how to approach this one.
Yeah. That's why you just get customer service teams. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
I'll leave this right here for you.
Yeah. Oh man. Any other part of your business that you just like don't enjoy?
For me?
Yeah.
I really truly enjoy social media, but I have a girl that runs all of that. I cannot stand customer service like that.
Mm-hmm.
These people, like, I feel like my employees must have come down from heaven above, because they are so sweet and genuine and always nice. And I'm the first person to be like, F you. And I'm like, well, this is why Mary can't do customer service.
Which doesn't go well.
Yeah, definitely finance stuff. Like I have bookkeepers, tax people, like they handle all of that. I don't understand any of that. That was one of those things that very quickly, as you start to scale, is like, yeah, so I'm going to get someone that understands all of this and they can do all of that.
It's totally a typical entrepreneurial thing. Like, most entrepreneurs hate bookkeeping. They hate financials. Like, and I'm the same way, like, same with you, right, Hayes?
Yeah.
It's just the way our brains are wired. Like, and I think for Haley, you've always said this, but like the part you hate the most is like, I hate seeing how much money we make, and I hate seeing how much money we spend.
Yeah.
Because business is so inefficient, no matter how hard you try.
It is. And like, you're always growing. So you're always scaling, and you're always thinking of the next thing. And it gets more expensive every time you level up. And it's like, when is this going to stop? And it's not. You just have to get used to more numbers.
There is a sweet spot in size where it's like, you're making great money, but it's not costing you a fortune to make that money. And life is so much more simple, but you're too stupid to realize it at that time. You're like, I want more. And more.
Right. Well, you guys, I mean, 12 years into a company is great, especially in the lash world. I didn't even know lashes were around 12 years ago. I got into about 6. What are some of the challenges you faced when scaling your company?
I think a big thing was like handing things off. You kind of want to keep control of everything. I think that was one of the hardest things for me, is handing off the social media, handing off all the shipping. Like I used to pack all the orders, and like I actually really enjoyed that. I don't know why.
And you'd
There's
see
just
people
something-
shipping it a little different. That you're like, you're doing it wrong. And it's like, well, it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's the same.
I think just going from doing it all to like passing it to other people, it's scary. That was the hardest thing for me.
I totally agree. It is scary, but it is also rewarding when sometimes they do a much better job than you. It's like, you go, girl. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
so glad I don't do that anymore. Even if
think-
like things I enjoy, it's like, yeah, that was, I'm me. It's better I focus on product development and moving our company into like being international than sitting there doing that all day. Cause it was not for me, even if it was something I enjoy.
Oh, it's like necessary. You have to do it because you have to work on the business, not in the business. So it's something that you have to get over. But I think that was one of the hardest things when we did scale, to let go. But like you have to let go. That is a very important thing to do. So you can work on it, not in it.
I think too, being an entrepreneur, we usually have a creative brain and we're constantly just kind of thinking and seeing what else is on the horizon and working through problems and finding solutions. And when you're so tied up in day to day, you lose that mind space. All of a sudden your creativity is gone and you realize where it's like, wow, I am doing something that someone else could easily do all day long. And I could get back to growing the company and thinking about what the next move is instead of sitting here and doing something that someone is more equipped to handle.
Yeah. Did you ever read the book, The E-Myth?
Yes.
Love that book.
Yeah.
That was
that's a good
probably one of the most instrumental books in building our business for me. The E-Myth Revisited is amazing if you haven't read it and you care to own business.
I second that fully. It's just a different way to think about things. I actually read that when I had my salon, and shortly after was when we started adding in employees, because you can do it all, but you're limited.
Mhm.
Or you can start delegating it to other people that are going to enjoy it way more than you. And all of a sudden now multiple people are helping you achieve the same goal.
Yep.
So you guys are a married couple.
Yeah.
How does that work with business of like living together, working together, growing a business together, having a whole life?
Oh man, it's been hard. It's definitely gotten so much better.
I wouldn't recommend it, straight up. But
Really? I mean, to some people, it seems like a dream come true. To other people, they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So there is like a huge asterisk to that. I would never recommend it. But like I feel like our marriage is forged in a crucible of fire. Right out of the gate. Well, like we got married super young. Haley was 18, I was 21. And right out of the gate we started this business, and like so it's always been a part of our relationship. However, like you have to draw lines. Like you have to draw lines. We do not. And lately with this new product that we've been working on, we've actually both been like so ridiculously excited about work that we enjoy talking about it right now. But there's typically a very, very, very firm line that says like we do not talk about work after 5 o'clock. Like period.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to just make it about our kids and our family after 5. So
I love that. That's a great little tidbit. I should probably try that. I feel like mine's a run over. You're going to hear how my day is, whether you want to or not, and then we're going to talk about it until I feel better. But thank you. Now I do, and we can go enjoy dinner.
yeah. No, yeah, we'll have stuff we want to talk about all the time, and it's like, oh, I gotta hold that till tomorrow.
Because if the other person's like not in the mood, like we're kind about it. We're just like, let's talk about this tomorrow, like during work hours.
Yeah.
And, but it does. We're both of us are very diligent about that. Like, no, we're not talking about this right now. Like, we'll correct each other, and so I'll call, like, if Haley's not working in the office that day, I'll call her and talk to her about it on my way to work or whatever. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, it's probably something that you're like, hey, I don't recommend, but also I would never want to change it.
Right. Yeah, it's true. Bella Lash would not be what it is today without our combo. We always say that all the time. Like, we are
It's
together
a very unique team.
Is very unique, and it has made Bella Lash what it is for sure. Like, I know what the lash artist wants. Like, I can do lashes.
I'll have like my team of engineers will listen to like our in-house lash artists, and they're like, what? Like they know technically everything about eyelashes, but someone will be like, this is, these lashes aren't soft enough. Like that was something that we went through a lot, like when we were building our machine, and I had to break it down for them. I'd be like, okay, what does soft mean to you? well, when I touch them, it does this, and like, okay, what is, and you can drill in like 5 and 6 questions deeper, and you'd be like, okay, the lash is like the stiffness of the lash, the flexibility or whatever. And like, I mean, that's a really simple case, but like, then you convert that into engineering terms and then you can do something about it. Right. But yeah.
I mean, it's such a cool story that you guys linked up. You're together as partners, but then also as business partners. And it is so nice to have a lash artist to have the lash side of things and an engineer be able to kind of come through on, hey, I'm having this idea. Do you think it's possible? And then you go and do the backside of it. Like, yeah, let's hammer down exactly what you want. And then all of a sudden you have a product. It's like you're a voice for all the lash artists in the industry.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yep.
It's kind of fun. Sometimes like we'll have like surreal like meetings with like huge like private equity companies and stuff, and like we look around the room and it's like it is this relationship, it is this the way that we work together that has gotten us to where we are at. It's
absolutely, and it's a great place to be. I mean, yeah, you're doing great as a company. I can't wait to see where you're going to go in the future. So, what is next on the horizon for Bella Lash?
Well, we've been trying for 10 years to make it faster. I mean,
we've known for a long time the weakest part of our industry is the time.
Yes. A lot of women, like all of my friends are like, I just don't have time. So
100%.
We have done like everything. We've created jigs to move the lashes up to make it faster. And we've tried 500 million
We spent
things.
like $250,000 on trying to do a new adhesive with like crazy unique technology.
Yeah, that we actually patent that technology, but we still don't have it perfect. And it's just like, we've done everything under the sun to try and make it faster. And, we have created like a new invention now that we are so excited about. And the lash machine was a big part of how we made it. But we used like our knowledge and everything that we've learned, and we've created lashes that you can apply yourself, and they last up to 10 days. And we're really excited about them. They're our first consumer product. And I think what this does for the industry is we learned a statistic that only 10% of women have tried eyelash extensions.
Which blows my mind.
Yes.
I mean, maybe it's because we're in the industry and we hear about it all day long, and obviously our books are full, so we feel like everyone does lashes. But yeah. I feel like everyone gets lashes.
It's not true. So we want to get like that 90% of women that aren't getting eyelashes into the eyelash industry. And we also see a ton of clients with allergies and sensitivities, or they don't have their retention. And so this is like our way to have a product fast that consumer can have, and it like checks all the boxes for all the problems we're seeing.
When you say at home lashes, is it like a strip lash? Like what kind of lashes are you talking about?
Totally different. It's its own new category. When we say at home, like this product is for like first and foremost is for the lash artist. Like about half of lash artists don't have time to go get their own lashes done. And so
True.
all of their customers, all their clients are looking at them like, what's the deal, right? Do you not like what you're doing?
Yeah, it's very true. Every time you say you're a lash artist and do lashes, literally someone looks straight at your lashes.
Yeah.
And so, as far as like what it is it's its own thing. It's never been seen or done before. Haley just did this morning. We did a video where we timed her and she did lashes on one eye in 16 seconds.
Whoa. And then how long do they last?
10 days. So we're seeing the median to be 10 days. Some only go 7, some can go up to 14.
It's just about how you care for them.
Yeah.
But there is actually like no maintenance. It's really just like how bad you abuse your face. Like if you got kids that are whacking you all day, or if you are like in the ocean all day or whatever, like, you know, that's going to change things. But 7 days is very short, but 10 days is genuinely what we're seeing. No problem.
The average. Yeah.
I'm super fascinated and intrigued. So how does this work? It's a product for consumers. Is it somebody that comes into the lash? You currently get lashes and would stop getting lashes, or is it somebody that's never had lashes before that says, let me try this, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I would say it's for both. I mean, if you have lashes now and you want to take a break, and you want to have these just to like have them for occasional events, this is for you. There's a lot of people I would get that just got them for events. So like this is for them. And I think a lot of people are intimidated to do them themselves. So I think lash artists come in and they can show them how to do them, and you can buy them from your lash artist. And that is where a true opportunity for lash artists there.
And the
I mean, that's
allergies-
huge.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I wish that was around when I did lashes, because it is true. Like, as much as you wish that your clients are going to come see you every 2 weeks for the next 5 years, the reality of it is they usually get them for birthdays or events or weddings or a photo shoot. And sometimes they just randomly decide, I'm kind of over this. I'm tired of the time that it takes and I'm tired of spending the money. I'm going to take a break from lashes, and you never see them again. And a lot of those people used to ask, like, hey, if I were to stop doing lashes, what's a good alternative? And I'm like, there's not. Like, you've got strip lashes, which I don't recommend, or lash extensions. Like, there really was never a hybrid good answer for that until it sounds like what you guys are developing, which is freaking awesome. And something that I'd be interested to use myself, because it is hard to get your lashes done on a regular basis. And sometimes things come up and you miss, and you wish you just had something you could grab and apply and still look great without having to go into the salon all the time. Like, I love my lashes. I'm never going to not wear lashes. But there's things that come up where it's like, hey, I have to reschedule my fill, and now I don't have lashes for a week and a half, and I'm going to look like a bald rat.
I think this is like one more arrow in your quiver. This is one more tool to use. And I think that like a lot of makeup artists are going to love it. But it's one more tool in the lash artist quiver. It's one more thing for them to do. There's a lot of people developing allergies that are, they become lifelong, and that sucks for them because they love lashes. They want to keep getting them, but it's no longer an option for them. This is there for them. This will fill in a lot of holes in the industry.
Yeah, it truly will, and it sounds awesome. I can't wait to try them.
It sounds too good to be true.
So this is something that your lash artist has as a stock to retail to their clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have affiliates. So lash artists will make as affiliates and pay commission too, which is genius.
We're working on the business system behind this. And so that a lash artist can have a small stock and they can do the first set of lashes for someone. And then using a unique code, they can buy from us, and we will pay the lash artist a commission for every time that person buys it. And then the driver for them to buy using that code is that they will get a discount on the product. So that way, so once they start with that lash artist, they're probably going to stick with them, and that lash artist will continue to earn money from that.
So yeah, this is a huge way for a lash artist to make extra income, because you're going to get them hooked, and they can only get them from you guys or their lash artist. And once a lash artist recommends that lash, they're going to stick with it. I mean, I wouldn't think that you have your lash artist recommend it and then you go get strip lashes. Like, what a downgrade. You want to stick with them. And I think it's so cool, especially, you have these clients that come in and they'll tell you like, hey, I'm having a wedding this weekend. I don't get lashes regularly. I wish I could. I just have 4 kids at home and work a full-time job, and I work till 7 with an hour commute. Lashes, I can't make it happen. That's a perfect intro to be like, I got you, girl. Like, we're going to do your lashes today, so you have them for this beautiful event. But then I can also suggest these other lashes that last up to 10 days are really easy to apply. Even like make them a short little video. Here's me on our Instagram page applying these lashes. And now you have an option for when she goes home and gets back to real life, that she can still have lashes anytime she wants. And then she's going to come back in and of course repeat buy them from you. So that stylist did 1 set of lashes, but who knows what the lifelong return of that retail product will be.
And the set of lashes is like, we're talking minutes. Like it is remarkably fast. It sounds too good to be true what we've got here, but it's here. And this isn't like a concept. This is like they're literally sitting in our warehouse right now being prepped for launch. Like everything is here. It's go, go, go for the marketing team, for the developers, for the website assets. Like
we're in tears all the time about it. We're like emotional.
Like if you would have told us that you could have professional looking lashes that you could do in just a couple of minutes, there's no way. They can't be done. Like professional lashes look too good. There's nothing else like it, but like this is legit. Like it's everything that we're telling you it is, and then some. Like there is no lash loss. So as you go through your cycle of lashes, after a week, your lashes will look the exact same that they did on the first day. Like the day you take them off, they will be just as full as the day that you put them on. And you can take them off.
Interesting. That's so true. That's a huge selling point.
Huge.
Yeah. And speaking of like selling them as a retail product, like if you are a lash artist and you haven't gotten into selling retail products, I remember that being like the most exciting thing in the world because I just made money without using my two hands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, as a lash artist, you only make money when you use your two hands. Like I remember when I would retail something, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I just made an extra $10 and I didn't have to use my hands that whole time and bend over and kink my neck. Like there's nothing better than selling a retail product. It is like such joy as a lash artist. I remember just being so excited.
I totally agree. I went to a conference one time and they were like, hey, one of the ways you can earn income is selling retail. And I lectured them. I'm like, no, it won't work. Like, you don't understand. I'm not a hair salon where people spend hours shopping around. I'm a one-person studio. Like, people come in, they get their lashes done, and they pay, and like, they leave. Like, they don't shop for a retail. And they're like, no, you should definitely like think about what products you can retail. And so I kind of was like, okay, I'm just going to prove you wrong and buy a couple brow products and buy some after wash cleanser and this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, the first time I had retail, and I didn't have a lot, but the first month I sold $1,000 in retail. And I'm like,
Nice.
okay, I guess I was wrong. Let me take back all of my words and then teach me your ways of how to do retail. And it was so like exciting because exactly that, like we only know trading time for money. I'm in an appointment for an hour. I make this amount of money for being in that appointment. But when they come out of the appointment and then take home $100 in retail, you just made money without really having to do much for it. And it's so intoxicating.
Yeah.
And then we were getting to the point where we were selling enough retail to pay for our rent. And it was like, holy God. And to think I used to not sell retail. And I used to think it wouldn't work. Like I was wrong.
Yeah.
And the cool thing here is we're trying to work out a business model that is extremely favorable for the lash artist. So whether you like physically have it to retail in your store or everyone knows you as the lash professional. Everyone knows that you like eat, sleep, and breathe lashes. So like if you want to post about it and share your code like on social media, you can start making like money without even like having to physically see or meet with people. Like you can just like, here's this product.
So
if you don't get lashes or if you have allergies or, if lash extensions aren't for you, here's what I recommend. And they click on that link and they go and they buy it. And then you take home, we'll just literally transfer you money.
I love that. And I wish this was around when I did lashes. I think this product is going to take off like crazy. It's such a hole in the market. You nailed it because clients love lashes, but they can't always keep up with them. And there really isn't anything else. And the fact that they do know, like, and trust you as a lash artist, they ask you for recommendations like, hey, I'm going away for this 6 weeks trip. I don't want to try a random person in a new city because I don't want to risk having terrible lashes, but also what can I do? And it's always like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? I can't go on vacation with you. But this is a perfect thing to say, we're going to fill your lashes today. I'm going to send you home with a couple pair of these, take them with you on your trip, and you'll have lashes the entire 6 weeks. And like, what a great thing for the client, but also what a great way for the stylist to make extra income.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, we are too.
We're jazzed. It's been a roller coaster. This has hands down been the hardest product that we've created. This has been the product that has made us feel more crazy than ever. We turned our backs on a $4 million investment in our machine, which works, which produces lashes. And we said, like, the story behind this product is, one night Haley and I were sitting in our hot tub and we're talking about the machine and lashes and we were breaking our rules. Haley said, like, what if it could be done like this? Like, what if the machine could produce this? And I said, holy crap, that could work. So I went into the office to our machine shop at like 1 a.m. Or I went in at like midnight. I came out at like 2 or 3 a.m, came home and Haley was fast asleep. So that morning I had a dummy head, like a mannequin with lashes on her, whatever. And then, and I had these little prototypes that I'd made and we had this like eureka moment. Like I remember like we were jumping up and down in the kitchen, like, holy crap, this is feasible. It turns out that didn't work though. It was remarkably uncomfortable. It didn't last. It was like, I feel really sorry for the first people that we tested this stuff on. Still do. I don't think ever in our wildest dreams the product could have actually gotten as good as it is. Our benchmark was 3 days, and we're at 10 and we'll continue to improve that. But like launching with 10 days is insane.
I mean, I think it's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys, and it's going to do amazing things. You touched on comfortable. Are they comfortable?
Yes, I'm wearing them right now.
Cool.
They are something like, we'll have like pro tips. It'll be something we'll teach all the lash artists. But like if you do apply them too close to the inside, or if you try to press your limits, they're not as comfortable. But I wear them day in, day out, and they're comfortable. I love them.
I mean, true to them as lashes, I would have never thought that you had anything but hand-applied eyelash extensions on right now. Like, they look great.
Yeah, they are professional.
So they're, and like as a nod to the professional like industry that we are, like they are named very simply that we're launching with 3 sets. We have classic, volume, and mega. And they are exactly what they say they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting.
It's exciting. How long have you been working on this product?
That's the thing is we've like, there's the saying like break stuff and move fast. And we have done just that.
Yeah.
This concept started in April of 2021. And the fact that we're like launching now is
under a year. That's impressive.
Yeah. It was, I mean, we have been told it can't be done like from literally every single person. And it's like, there has been like a lot of learning experiences. We've learned like, yeah, you're right. That part of it sucks. I got to fix that. Like comfort has been an incredible challenge. Retention has been the other insane challenge. Both of those have been completely overcome. But yeah, this has not been easy. This has taken every single ounce of knowledge that we have collectively as a company.
But exactly that. It's almost a nod to who you are as a company. To have the courage, you guys, this is what you do. You find solutions, you innovate products, you bring them to market, and then you make everyone's lives better. But you had to go through all your years of developing products to get to this one and make it move so fast to say like, no, this idea, it's gold. I'm going to make it work on it, and then get it to a point that within less than a year you're launching is super exciting and a nod to who you guys are as people, individuals, and then also as professionals.
Wow. I mean, once again, it sounds great when you say it like that. Like we still don't feel super confident in our processes of how we do stuff. Cause at the time, like you don't really know that it can be done. I remember there was a moment, when we were prepping to launch the US made lashes with our machine. And we had in parallel been continuing down this path of these new types of lashes. And it was very much a concept that wasn't working. It was like, wouldn't it be great if this could work? But in reality, these things they suck. Like they sucked.
They weren't ready.
They were absolutely not ready. And Haley made a call. She's like, Zach, like this, we have to divert all of our resources to this.
I mean, I feel it's such a true entrepreneurial thing though, to be working on something else and then pivot.
Yeah.
And that pivot is where you're at now, but you couldn't have gotten this product without going down the whole path before.
But that was a $4 million pivot. That was like years of my life. That was years of like the engineers team, all the engineers' lives. Like it was like we put our souls into being able to like produce these things here. And the call was made, and rightfully so, like, lashes are lashes. The lashes we were making were the same as the lashes that you can already buy. But what if you could make something that nobody else could? That's where it's like we've gone dark. We've gone quiet on what we're doing, because it's like we don't want to talk about what we're doing anymore until we can just show you what we did. We want it to be past tense. It's done. It's here. That was a really tough decision, though. The day that was like, hey, we're done. Like, put that machine on a shelf. We'll break glass in case of emergency. Like if China goes to war, like we can fire it up and we can start producing our own lashes. But like, this is where we have to focus. Walk away from $4 million worth of investment and focus on this.
Are you using that machine to make these new types of lashes? Or is it a whole separate thing?
We are not. The technology from the machine. And this is where it's like, this was also like a really tough moment, because the judgment call had to be made. It was like, okay, we can develop the machine, or we can develop the products. Okay, we're going to develop the product. All right, now we've got the product here. The machine can produce the product, but the machine could never meet the demands of this product. So we can either we can push back the launch of this by at least 1 year, and every year of development, we spend about $1 million a year on our R&D team. And it was going to take the full focus. And so we have the product and we have the technology to do it. We can push back at least 1 year to be able to meet the demands and the quantities that we need, or we can outsource this with our partners overseas. But doing that means that we have to, we didn't patent the machine on purpose. The machine it was never intended to be patented. It's under there's you have to have passwords and card readers and everything to get into the areas. There's levels within our machine shop of where you have to go to get access to the machine. The technology is so proprietary that in order to patent it, we had to show the world our blueprints of how we make these. And patents aren't enforceable in China. So and the only people that are going to do this is China. So we said, no, we're not going to do that. It's all about intellectual property and trade secrets. So we had to take our trade secrets and we had spent millions on, and that was the future of our company. And we had to hand that off on a silver platter as clearly as possible because we can't meet with our vendors in person. We had to do all of this on Zoom calls.
This is crazy. I feel like my heart is oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
No, I
that is such a crazy journey and story. I mean, good news is you guys have something crazy,
they're
amazing
literally
coming
here,
out.
so we can say this we haven't launched it, but they are literally here and everything's done. But I remember there was several meetings with the owner of these factories that we use overseas to produce our lashes, and I'm like, dude, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. This is everything to us. And they committed to build out private facilities just for us in the factories. Wow. They're building a new facility, a new factory, and they are building out the majority of that factory will be under lock and key with card readers and everything just for this production line. We have to have a cleaner production facility than what is currently being used. We have to, because our adhesive comes on the lashes. And so the adhesive cannot be contaminated whatsoever. So the processes, the QC, everything, it all had to be done between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. night after night after night. It was intense.
That is so intense.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that the real story of how things go? Oh my God. Somebody's going to see these things come out and be like, oh, it was so easy for them. They just got lucky.
And that's the thing too, is the concept of what we've done, some a-hole is going to take it and send it to China and be like, copy this. And they're going to get close. But we'll have 7 patents on this, and then the adhesives and we strategically kept some very, very, very proprietary stuff that is produced here, has to be shipped there, and then they introduce that into
so the adhesive that comes pre-applied on them is made here, and we ship it there.
Yeah,
I love that.
And so we've withheld some stuff that never in a million years. Well, they are remarkably good at copying, but it will be a very, 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 very long time to get it as good as what we've got it, because they will try to copy it, but they don't understand. They don't understand what it took to create it, and so they won't understand how to fix it.
Yeah.
So, and then you also got the patents that we're going to be pretty harsh with.
I mean, I love it. I love that you guys came out with this. I love that you protected it. I believe in fully protecting everything. And I go back to it's still a tribute to who you are as a brand, because now you have all of this knowledge of how to do it efficiently, how to lock everyone else out of trying to copy it and do it. And then you're going to have this beautiful, amazing product that's yours. I feel like it'll be such a huge hit. It'll be worth it for you guys. Everything that you went through led you to this point and this product. And it's going to be such a game changer for you, for customers, for lash artists. I'm so excited. It's such a hole in the market, and I wish they were around when I had it, because it's so true. You love lashes, but it's just not always a reality to go and get them. And I think it's not an alternative to getting lashes. It's an alternative to not having lashes.
Yeah.
You either have no lashes, or you now have these lashes that you guys created that last up to 10 days. What an awesome thing for somebody that does have lash allergies but can go on vacation and have lashes the entire time on their vacation.
Or the lash artist that is too busy doing lashes to get her own lashes. Just,
that's such a thing too. I mean, it's so true. Lash artists will take every last client and fit them in, and all of a sudden we don't have time to go out and get our own lashes done. And when you're out marketing saying I do lashes, they look at your lashes the first thing, like, oh, there it is.
And then you just
not.
get a lie and say that, yeah, these are the professional lashes.
I remember going to trade shows and not having them on, and everyone would just be like, why don't you have lashes on? It's like, I don't think you understand what it takes to come to a trade show as a company. Like,
totally.
I hadn't slept in weeks. I did not have time to get my lashes done for this trade show.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. It is for that 90% that we're just not hitting in the eyelash industry, and I think this is going to hit that.
I think it'll be a massive help. And it's so interesting. Like, lashes have been around long enough now that they're a staple in the industry. And I think we're just cracking the lashes as an industry. I think we haven't even gotten to the best part of what's about to come, where it's so standard. You have all these different options. You're going to have more styling options. It's a great revenue stream for your lash artist and the people in salons. And now it's such a great alternative to being able to look good and look like you got your lashes done without having to spend the time or commitment. It's like a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. We're super excited about it. We're excited to see, like, speaking of, like, you know, hiring people that are better than you. Like, I feel like our work is, at least my work on the product is kind of coming to a close. This is where Haley gets to take it with the marketing team, and we get to let these incredibly talented people take it and run with it and do way more with it than what we could ever do on our own.
All right, wrapping up today's episode. Go check out Bella Lash at bellalash.com. They're also on Instagram at Bella Lash. I hope you are as excited as I am to try these lashes. I think it's awesome. I love lashes. I love innovation. I think it's great that there's a new product that is answering the call for a lot of different things. Not everyone can swing lashes. There's so many people that are too scared to try them. It allows them to have them and see what it's like. It allows people to take lashes with them on vacation or take breaks. I think it's a great opportunity for the salon owner, for the individual solo lash artist to have an extra income. I think it's great all the way around. I can't wait to try them. And I hope you got something from today's episode. You know, it really is true. Look at Bella Lash. They're in 60 countries. They have 20 patents under their belt. They've been around for 12 years, but it started with picking up a pair of tweezers and having a single idea on one product that led to one sale, that led to way more products and way more sales. But it really does start with that. 90% of the people never start, and starting is the majority of the battle. So if you're thinking about something in your head, this is your time, this is your moment, go start that idea, and who knows where it's going to be. Check in with me in a couple of years and see how big you've grown. I can't wait to hear about it. You can always find me at maryharcourt.com and on Instagram at maryharcourt_.